So what's up, you guys? So I made a video last week showing that I got the uh, Freedom powder or whatever they're called, the Stars and Stripes from Chem-X in the powder form, and I showed that I had it in two 5-gallon containers or jugs, whatever you want to call them. And I want to state these have been sitting here for 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks, or a week, I guess. They've been sitting here since whenever I made that video. They've had time to dissolve. They haven't been touched until today. But for some reason, the stripes, which is the red, has not dissolved all of the powder. So you can see you can see all that stuff right there on the corner, where my shadow of my finger is. All that is still powder that hasn't, or cleaner that hasn't been dissolved. The stars, all of it has dissolved. I did these both the exact same way. I took them upstairs. I don't have, and for context, I don't have an deionizing system. I don't have a reverse osmosis system. I don't have any kind of water filtration here at all. I don't have a supercar. I don't have something that's got expensive paint on it. I don't have, a 250 GTO that can fetch 12 million at a Barrett-Jackson auction or a Beacom auction. I don't have any of that. So would it be nice to have? Yeah, probably, but I don't need it. I don't work on anything expensive, so I don't care too much about that. But that shouldn't have stopped this all from dissolving. I didn't shake these up because I drilled out these screws, these caps in both of them so that they have a place to breathe. I probably didn't need to do that just because I think these have a breather built into them, or they let in air while they're flowing, I would assume. But I did it anyway just as a safe precaution. So I can't put these on their side yet because of those two holes. And I couldn't shake them because of it. But I never shook the stars, and all of it dissolved. So I don't know what the problem is. I don't think it has anything to do with how it operates, but I'll show that in a second. But this is what I'm talking about right here, the Patriot powder. This is the Stars and Stripes. It's literally their cleaner in powder form with no water added to it. You can add 16 ounces to each 5-gallon tote, which is exactly a pound. So there you go. I don't know, but the cleaners did not. There's one common problem that I always seem to have when I use the Chem-X stuff. So for context, again, I used the liquid version, which is the pre-diluted, ready-to-go 1-gallon jugs, where you also get the foam cannons, which I'll talk about in a minute because I've had a problem with them too. And I used those. I used them for a few weeks, and it seems like I can never get the glass clean. Like, you can see where the dirt is still on the glass. Like, if I hand wash this, all of this will disappear. You'll never see that there's anything here. But for some reason, the glass is never clean. I always have the residue still from where you can tell the wipers have been wiping and it's got stuff all over it. Doesn't happen on the paint. It doesn't happen anywhere else. It's only on the glass. So I don't know if that's a me problem, or if that's I don't have enough pressure, or I'm not, holding it close enough, or I've just got to suck it up and hand wash it. And also, these Duralast, I think they're Duralast, or whatever wiper I bought for the rear, it sucks. It's complete garbage. So I'll have to replace that again with something else. The ones I got up front are fine. But anyway, but yeah, like, you can see the side of the Jeep is clean. If you watch my previous video that I put out today, you can see that the Jeep was dirty, and it's nice and spotless now. It's clean. At least the body is. The wheels, on the other hand, are not clean at all. They're still dirty. Like, you can see there's still a film. Like, I'll wipe it. Yeah, you can see it's still a film. And, a lot of people are like, oh, well, son, that ain't dirty. I can show you dirty. This ain't a dick measuring contest. I'm just saying the wheels aren't clean. When I've used this in the past, the liquid version seemed to do a lot better. Granted, I was doing this in the sun, but I don't have a choice. Like, now it's shaded, but it's also starting to get cold. So, you kind of got to pick and choose a battle. And you can call me whatever you want, but I'm not coming out here and washing cars in the fucking freezing cold. That's one reason why I bought that stuff to begin with. is so that way when it is freezing cold, I can, go and use this system where I don't have to touch water at all. I literally can hook my pressure washer up, foam the car down, let it sit, do the second step, wash it off, it's done. Put the snake oil on top of it, and it's a done deal. But Jeep's still not really clean. I need to take the wheels off to clean the wheel wells, because you can see I've still got a bunch of dirt in it that I can't reach. So, and I need to take the wheels off anyway, just clean the inside of them again, and they need to be cleaned anyway. I still haven't used Dark Fury yet, so I'm still kind of anxious to try that. But yeah, again, the glass, some of this is my fault. A lot of this is water spots, because again, I don't have a DI system. But you can still see some of the, well, I don't know if you can. You can still kind of see some of the residue. It does bug the shit out of me, but I don't know. I digress. But anyway, I also had a problem with my pressure washer gun handle, whatever the hell you want to call it. The handle, like, you see how easily that springs back? It would kind of get stuck. Like, I had to force it, push it back. It's probably caused from two different things. The pin that's at the back here that the actual trigger presses on wasn't moving freely, so I just used some of this water resistant marine grease that I use for my RC stuff, which, yes, it's still taken apart. I've got other things I need to worry about. That's not one of them. And also sprayed WD-40 on the hinge for the handle, and it goes back with no problem. So that's fixed, but I'll probably be looking into upgrading this soon. I'll give the Pro version a try, and we'll see how it does. I also found these because I forgot where I put them, and I couldn't remember where I put them. But I found all of these that I got because I couldn't remember what I did with them, and I didn't throw them away. But that's because I put them in a damn bucket and it had a bunch of brushes on top of it. But all these do is they go right there, and they keep it so that the pressure washer line or the actual hose itself doesn't get caught under the tires. I have used them. Half the time I forget I have them, but they are nice to have. So I recommend you get you some of these. But yeah, I found them now, so that's good. They got little rollers on them, which don't really roll that well. But there we go. I also want to get a longer lance. This just ain't long enough. I want the one a little bit longer. But anyway, the last problem is you may see that this has, my little dangly ball has a zip tie on it. Why does it have a zip tie on it? Well, I went to fill both of these up earlier today, and the blue one, no problem, unscrewed it, filled it up, no big deal. I unscrewed the red one and heard something, dangling around in the bottom. Well, this little strainer / weight actually came off because the hose cracked and split, causing this to fall out. So I had two options. I could either see where the crack was and put this right back where it was and zip tie it like this, or cut it a little bit short and put it back in and still zip tie it. So obviously you see what I chose. The problem is now this is a little bit shorter than it was. So it's not considerably shorter, but it may not pick up everything. I actually had it mistaken. I thought it was a lot shorter than that, but it's not. But it will work still. But I was under the impression that this wasn't going to be long enough, and it still wasn't going to be able to pick up everything in the bottom of this. But after measuring it like that, I can see that it will. A lot of pressure washer, or a lot of foam cannons don't have those, and I really appreciate that they have them. But come on now, like, that kind of stuff kind of does bug me, especially with how much they charge for a lot of what Chem-X has. A lot of their stuff works. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, saying that this is my fault, that some of this stuff isn't working. That I know for a fact it's not my fault. But like the glass not being able to be cleaned, the wheels not being cleaned, I'll chalk that up to it being my fault. I'll say it's on me, it's user error, it's not the manufacturer's error. Okay, cool. I don't want no bad blood. I'm not out here trying to get something for free. I'm not out here trying to bash a company for clicks. I'm not doing that. I just want to show and be transparent that I have issues with stuff. None of my shit's perfect. I'm not perfect. I may not use everything that they make that to a T. So I just want to make sure that that's known. And I use the snake oil after, and I still want to call and ask, like, hey, is it a good idea to dilute that like 4-to-1? Like, would it still work the same if I diluted it? Because the snake oil is expensive as shit for a gallon. Like, that stuff's expensive. So, but anyway, like, I don't know if maybe just that was a freak accident. Maybe I got some plastic that wasn't, or a rubber line that just wasn't up to snuff and wasn't as good as it should have been. I really don't know, but I know that it was broken. I cut the old end off, and you can see the stress where it was forced in there. So I don't know, because when I put that barb or that weight / strainer back in the end of that hose, it was very loose. So I don't know. I mean, it's got barbs on it. And it's made out of aluminum, I'm guessing, or stainless. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll figure all this shit out. I kind of want to put the other wheels and tires back on the Jeep. Excuse me, just to see what it looks like with it being lifted and it having them small tires back on it. And they probably couldn't use a good cleaning anyway, so I can put them back into storage, and I'll probably take the air out of them, just so that way they don't sit with air in them. But, yeah, so there you go. Like I said, I'm not perfect. I don't know everything. I fuck up just like everybody else. I try to follow directions, especially if it's something that I'm kind of scared about. But, like, that kind of stuff's pretty simple. There's no way I could have fucked all this up. But like I said, I'll chalk it up to it's my fault. It's on me. I use the snake oil after. You can see how well the Jeep shines. But whatever. The wheels not being clean and the tires not really clean. Like you can see, like I said, the tires aren't really clean. They still got some browning on them. It's, you know. And the wheels are old, so the scratches aren't from me, I promise. But, yeah, like you can see, inside of the wheel is still not very clean, so whatever. I need a reason to use my Dark Fury anyway, so I'll probably do that next. I'll probably take them all off, clean them all, and we'll be off to the races. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll give y'all an update when I get an update. But, yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. I'll catch y'all later.